Rapa Nui is really a unique place. It's way out there in the middle of the ocean. It takes you a long time to get there, but once you get there, it's actually really spectacular. I mean, this is unique by such a long way compared to everywhere else in the world.
So Carl, a lot of us know it as Easter Island, or Rapa Nui as it's called. So what is so special about this place?
Rapa Nui is really a unique place. It's way out there in the middle of the ocean. It takes you a long time to get there, but once you get there, it's actually really spectacular. I mean, this is unique by such a long way compared to everywhere else in the world. Personally, I had always dreamt about going there. My uncle went there when I was a kid and talked about it. And, you know, I saw these movies about Thor Heyerdahl who went out there on a raft. And so I felt, I need to do this one. It was definitely on my bucket list to do. And I can say I was not disappointed.
So we've got a photo of the statues behind you there, which is some of the local landmarks from the area. So was that one of your best memories when you were traveling there? It seems like it's something that really I've never seen before.
Well, I mean, these stone statues, or moai as they're known, are really fantastic. I mean, they stand out, and, you know, some of them were up to 90 tons. So, I mean, incredible pieces of, you know, and they moved them around with very simple tools. So really it was a society that accomplished a lot with relatively little. But of course, it's also an interesting story in that there was a complete collapse of the culture, and the whole building of these stone statues ended up with sort of a conflict, and that eventually ended up to a whole collapse of the society. And
that story kind of resonates with the fact that it is quite a remote location, if that's correct. So how do you get there? How far away is it from other?
Well, there's basically one flight a day coming from Santiago. This belongs to Chile. Or you can fly in from Tahiti, and there's once a week a flight. So it's pretty difficult to get to. You can also take a boat, but that's a long boat ride out there. So it's a 5.5-hour flight from Santiago. So it's, you know, really, I think, the most remote area in the world when it comes to human population.
Wow. And it must be quite costly to get there because it is so far away. Would you say so? Or?
Yeah, it's not a cheap trip. I mean, first you need to get to Chile normally, which is, you know, for most of us, quite a long trip down there. Mm-hmm. And then getting out there probably is rather 600-700 or something like that. Now, depending on how long you want to stay, I went there for over a week, and I really had a fantastic time. But some people might want to do it a little bit shorter. And then maybe hotels are, you know, normal prices, but not particularly cheap.
Is it quite a booming tourism industry, or is it still like a newfound gem? Is it still quite a hidden secret?
Well, there's a fair amount of national tourism. So many of the people coming are Chileans, particularly in the off-season. Whereas as you get into the normal season, you will have more people coming from other parts of the world also. So during the months of December, January, February, this actually does become quite an active place also, and it's a fantastic place to visit.
And would you say the months that you've mentioned are the best times to go there?
You know, they're in the southern hemisphere, so their summer is the winter in the northern hemisphere. So yes, those are warmer. So it's a subtropical climate, so it's a bit like Italy or something like that. So, you know, when you have cold weather, it can actually be a little bit chilly down there at night. So you should bring a sweater if you're in other parts of the year. Also, the diving is nice. There's you know, some interesting things to see there as well.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for coming in and for bringing it to our attention.
My pleasure.
Well, that's all from us once again, but we do want to hear how you found this interview, so please do like and comment on dukascopy.tv.